Good morning, garden friends. I don't know if you recall, in a previous video, I had mentioned that this garden bed was going to be revamped. And my package came from Heirloom Roses. And one of the things that I ended up doing was got 3 roses that will only get 3 feet tall and wide, because I want to be able to have the layering within my garden. Now, these knockout roses constantly are producing. Now, this is what, October 13th. And as you can see, these roses are constantly producing. But because I want more of a layering aspect, like I said, these guys are gonna get dug up, moved up into the secret garden, and then I'm going to put my new roses that I got from Heirloom. So today is going to be a busy day because pretty much even my begonias, I'm going to go ahead and get those guys pulled out. And like I said, I'm going to cut the roses down really hard and then get them up into the new area. Because as you know, if I dig something up, I like to get it right in the ground to help reduce the shock and then get the new roses over here. But let me show you the roses that I actually ended up getting. I am like so excited. Now, these were roses that, as I stated, I ordered from Heirloom. I have had so much success, Heirloom roses, that's why I keep buying them. And then too, for the area that I'm gonna be putting them in, the size and the color of them is going to only heighten my additional roses that I have in the garden. So let's open this up and then I'll show you the ones that I got. You know, and the one thing too with them, I mean, nicely packed, you know, and the quality of them. And then, you know, I follow the instructions to a T in regards to what I'm supposed to do with them. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so the ones that I got was Parfuma Summer Romance, Parfuma Madame Anasteta, and then Palamanda Banca. But I'll make sure I put photos of what each of these guys will look like. Okay, so it's a label to tell me which is which. Okay, this one's not labeled. And these are all gallon containers. Oh, I wonder if they got the, oh yeah, the tag is inside. So let me go ahead and get these taken out and then do the tag. And this is like the ideal time to, if you're going to be planting, because it's definitely cooler, you know, in the season, to go ahead and get these guys planted. Okay, so this one here is the Parfuma Madame Anasteti. I'll make sure I put the name of it up so that you guys can see, you know, what they look like. This one here is the Paloma Banca. And the final one is the Summer Romance. You know, so as you guys know, you know, my garden theme is romantic, combination of a sunlit meadow because I have full sun. in my back garden. So I am so excited about getting these guys in the ground. But first thing I have to do is go up into the secret garden and get that area prepared for the knockout roses that I'm going to trim hard down, get moved up there, and then get the soil prepared for my new roses. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get the roses hard cut back, get the bed cleaned out, and then go up to the secret garden and start getting that prepared, because I also gotta trim down my hedges up there so that when I put these guys up, there's no overhang or nothing's in the way, and I got a good visual of it. So let me go ahead and get these guys cut back, get the bed cleaned out, and then I will get back on to show you what I've gotten done. Okay, guys, so a couple things that I am noticing. I went ahead and pulled the begonias out, and this is my first season with begonias. As you can see, those are my candy tufts, and because they ended up growing so well, it sort of suffocated, them. So all the more reason why I need to get all of this stuff cleared out, because one of the things that I want to do is my calla lilies. I want to move those guys up some, because I got a few that are buried back there amongst the Japanese amenities, which I'm gonna go ahead and move those guys. So just wanted to bring that to you as part of the reason why I needed to desperately clean out this bed. Okay, so I have gotten the rose bushes cut down to a manageable, workable size. Now this is the thing, guys. As you can see, I ended up pulling out all of my Japanese amenities. Oh God, there's still some. These little guys are definitely spreaders, and I've been going through sort of like moving the soil to see if there's any roots that are still trailing in here. Now I pulled out a lot of the roots. I'm just gonna put them someplace else. This is not where they go, because as you can see, I got a calla lily there, here, there, and over there, and I want to get those guys moved out so that they can be more in the front, because they were being buried by the Japanese amenities and also by my Annabelle. So I want to get those guys pulled up to the front, because I think those are just so pretty, the colors, and then they're not intertwining with the roses. But pretty much where I have these roses, these knockout roses, is where I'm going to put the new roses. So I just wanted to let you guys see, yeah, I literally cleaned out everything. I'm going to go through one more rung to make sure there's no more of the roots. And then I even had, it's over here, it ended up breaking off. Down in there is a elephant ear that I could have swore almost a year and a half ago I took them all out. But I'm just going to plant them someplace else where I don't mind if they take over. But this is not the bed that I want that to happen. So let me go ahead and get finished making sure there's no more roots, and then I'm going to go up to the secret garden. Okay, so I'm up in the secret garden, and the first thing I'm going to do is get all of my hedges trimmed, because I do not want, when I put the roses up here, for anything to be blending in with the boxwoods. So I'm gonna cut them down as low and shape them as nicely as I can, so I can get the holes dug for my roses. Now, because I don't want to have a bunch of the boxwoods all in the bed, just gonna put a sheet down, let it collect it, then dump it into my pop-up. Okay, so I got 4 of my boxwoods trimmed down. I'll show you the reason why I'm not doing number 5 and 6. But I got my 2 holes dug for where I'm gonna place the rose bushes. One of the things that I'm gonna have to do, but it has to be afterwards, is my hibiscus right there that I cut down from it being done blooming. Needs to get moved from there. The reason I can't trim these 2 boxwoods and my rose bush is, do you guys see this? Okay, so these bees are just all over my blue mystic, and I need to wait until the sun goes down and they decide to go away so that I can go ahead and get this trimmed back, and also my 2 boxwoods. Now I did notice in a couple of them I think it's blight, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that cut off, and hopefully it will be okay. But I mean, while this is a little crazy, the trimming down the boxwoods, those look good. Because like I said, that rose bush there needs to get cut down and moved into the back corner so that I have my 4 roses lined up here, you know. And because this is full sun, they will love it here. And because back in that corner, I have a muley grass that it looks like it's suffering. That's why I'm moving the rose bush, because when I move the rose bush to the back corner, this is where I'm going to put my hibiscus. So in the process of going to at least dig up 2 of the roses so that I can get them in the ground. Okay, so it's cooled down, so I'm gonna get back here and get this mystic blue chopped down so I can go ahead and finish this off. All right, so I'm gonna get these 2 roses dug up to get those guys up into the secret garden. I'm like really excited about doing this because these guys will be able to grow to their fullest potential and not be blocking my other stuff that I'm gonna be planting in here. All right, so I've gotten my 4 roses planted, and as you can see in that back corner, it opened it up. And then what I did was I thinned out some of my Helen Von Steen lamb's ear and put in between, with the hope that they will fill in nicely in this area to also help, you know, keep any type of weeds down. Got my mystic blue trimmed back, and like I said, it'll end up having the support for each of them, so they end up looking more like this instead of that craziness that was going on. And then I was able to move my hibiscus, which let me show you. Now I moved my hibiscus down here, and guys, you should have seen the size of that root for it only being 2 years old. So I'm really happy with how this is actually going to turn out looking when everything bounces back and come into full-fledged bloom. The last thing we're gonna do, we got some lights that we're gonna put up here. And I think that's just gonna make this end up looking so very nicely. Kevin's gonna get those put up for me. All right, Kevin's getting the lights up. I got 2 packs, but the 1 pack for the front one, they sent us the wrong ones, so they weren't matching. So I'm gonna send those back and get some new ones. This is gonna look so nice when it gets a little darker. All right, garden friends, I am all done. While I did not get my 3 heirloom roses planted, I am really happy with how this is going to end up looking, especially when the roses and the mystic blue and everything is in full bloom. Well, thank you again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner. And later on, I'll sneak out here so I can show you how it looks with the lights on.